Hey there, it's Paulina here at DeNami Design, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create a Christmas card from start to finish. We're going to be using some of our older Christmas stamps along with one of the new designs we're carrying for our washi tape. So here's the card that we're going to be creating today. You can see it's just a really fun, festive card, and it's really versatile. You can be using it for a Christmas card, just like a thinking of you around the holidays. You can even make it a thank you card. So you can just easily switch it up and change out the sentiment to whatever occasion that you'd like. I don't know if you can see very well in this video, but you can kind of see on the snow slopes and also on the window we've added some glitter, so it's just nice and sparkly along with the trees. And then on the little Christmas truck we used some crystal lacquer, so it's just really shiny and just a really fun card. So I wanted to show you how to create that. So we're going to start off with a piece of white cardstock, and that's going to be our card base. And then I'm going to round out the top right corner. So it just has my corner rounder here. Okay, so it's nice and rounded. And then I'm doing the same with my piece of turquoise cardstock. So I'm just going to round that top. And then we're just going to adhere those together. So I'm going to get my ATG. Okay, and then I'm just going to put them together, make sure the corners are nice and lined up. Okay, and then now I'm going to be stamping my snowflakes on the turquoise paper. So I'm going to be using the TR27, and I'm using this little snowflake from that set. And then I'm using the Versamark ink, which is going to give it the tone-on-tone look. So it's going to be just kind of a light turquoise on this paper. So I'm just going to stamp it towards the top portion of the card, and you can stamp it however full or sparse as you'd like. Just kind of doing a random little design here. Okay, so there's that. And then now we can set that card aside. I'm going to be getting a piece of white cardstock now, and this one measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So basically if you got a card and just folded it in half, this would be the size. And I'm going to start doing my snow slopes. So I'm going to refer back to the card. And for this one I just kind of freeballed it with and just cut it however I wanted to, but if you wanted to be really precise you can do pencil marks. But I'm just going to start off on this smaller one here, so I'm going to do it a little bit lower than the halfway mark. And then I'm just going to create some snowy hills. Okay, so there's that. And then you can just, see what the paper looks like and see if you like that as the back portion of your card. I think it's a little bit harsh. The corners are a little bit harsh for me, so I'm going to just cut this down just a tiny bit. Okay, so that looks better to me. So then you can kind of just play around and see if you like the little snowy hills that you made. Okay, those are kind of fun. So I'm going to get my glue pad now, and we're going to just open up the glue pad and we're going to do our own snowy glittery hills. So I'm just going to run it across the top portion of my cardstock, and since it's glue it's going to be perfect for when I sprinkle on the glitter. So you can just do a little bit, or if you want it to make it really sparkly you can actually go across your whole panel, but I'm just going to do it so it's just slightly glittered. So I'm just doing the same thing with the other piece. Just going to make sure I get the corner in there so I get glitter across the whole portion. And then I'm going to get just a little scratch piece of paper here and just going to sprinkle on my extra fine glitter. You can see here it's just nice and sparkly. It's so pretty. Okay, we're going to do the other one now. See there? So pretty. Okay, so we'll just tap this back into our glitter jar. Okay, so there's our glittery hills, and then now we can just start to place it onto our card. So I'm going to be adding a lot of dimension to this card just so I can sneak the trees back. I can see here, you can see that I snuck the trees back behind the little hills. So I'm going to use my favorite foam adhesive, and for the back layer I'm going to just use one layer of the adhesive. So I'm just going to, you'll notice that I'm doing it a little bit, like I'm not doing it right across because I wanted the hills to be a little bit like close to the middle part of my card. So I'm doing that, and because this one's a little bit longer, it's going to cover up that little strip here. So I'm going to see exactly where I want this. And then I notice it's just a little bit longer than my card. You can see here. It's just a little bit longer, so I'm going to add my adhesive, and I'm going to do a double layer. You've seen me do this in other videos, so I'm just cutting another piece and just sticking it right on top, so it's going to be extra tall. Okay, and then I'm going to figure out okay, so there's exactly where I want it. And then we're just going to flip this card over and cut off the excess part, just so everything's nice and lined up. Okay, perfect. And then you can see here, has the dimension there. And now we're ready for our trees. So for the trees, I have pulled out one of our older sets. It's the Contempo trees. It comes with 3 little trees in the sentiment, and I just love these trees. They're really fun and great to use on these kind of fun, whimsical projects. So I have stamped out 6 of the solid trees, and for this one I used an ink that we actually don't carry. It's just the Jenny Bolin stick candy, but you can use any kind of green that you like. And I just thought this was a really fun one that went along with this project. So I've already pre-cut and stamped 6 of the little trees, and you can, these are great, especially if you have a lot of extra white cardstock. You can just stamp these on the little extra pieces and then just cut them out and keep them for your cards. So I'm going to lay these out really quick, and then we're going to glitter these trees up, just so it looks like there's snow on the trees, and it's just going to add a really fun effect. So I'm going to get the same set, and I'm going to use this one right here. Then we're going to be using the same glue pad that we did earlier. And I'm just going to stamp this, and we're going to just stamp right on top of these trees. Okay, and then we'll get our glitter catcher, and we're just going to sprinkle these on. We'll set them aside just so you don't get in the way. It's just these little tiny elements that really add a lot to your cards. If you wanted to skip this step, you can definitely do that. But I just love how it brings the glitter of the slopes together into these trees, and it's just such a fun little element. Okay, so you can see here, you can see it's just nice and glittery. It's so pretty. Okay, so we'll just set aside the glitter again. Okay, and now we can place our trees onto our card. So I'm going to just flip my trees over, and And then we're going to get and you're gonna want to make sure you do it and just gently so you don't rub off the glitter. So I'm just flipping them over. And then I'm going to get my foam adhesive. Okay, we're just going to cut little tiny pieces so they fit onto these tiny trees. Oops. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to start placing them. I'm going to do it similarly to how I did it on the card just because I know I like that layout. But you can do it whatever way you'd like. So this one I'm going to stick over here. Okay, and I'll just gently put, and then you can gently tap off the excess. And you can see there's a lot of nice dimension going on right now. And then now we're going to add the fun part. We're going to add the washi tape. So I have here the WT602, which is the road washi. And now if you look at it, it looks really kind of simple and you don't know really how you're going to use it. But as soon as I saw this, I thought of this kind of layout, and I'm so happy it came out exactly how I thought. So for me, I'm just going to eye it and just cut off a little bit longer than the card. And then I'm just going to line it up with the bottom of my card. And the great thing about washi tape, it is repositionable. So if you get it wrong the first time, it's easy to just gently bring it up and then reposition it. So I'm going to cut off extra pieces. Okay, so there's our little road. You can see the card is starting to come together. And then now I'm going to get my G137, the Christmas truck. And this one is just so adorable. We've had this stamp for a little while, and it's just, I think it looks really great on this card. So I've already stamped it out, and I've used the Tuxedo Black Memento, and then I used a couple different Copic markers. You can use your Tombos, or you can even use colored pencils. I just used 2 shades of gray, 2 shades of green, a bright yellow, and then of course a bright red for the truck. And I've already cut it out. And we're just going to place that right onto our card. So I'm going to get my foam adhesive once again. And we're just going to tear off a couple pieces here. And then you can place the truck wherever you like it. Okay. So there's that. And then now I'm going to get my Quickie glue pen. And we're going to add a little bit to the window. And we're going to be adding our citron glitter. So I'm just going to add right here. And then our citron is our bright yellow. You can see it's just nice and sparkly. Okay, and now we're almost done. So the last thing I'm going to be doing is getting my Christmas wishes, which is F209. And it's this one here. You can do our Merry Christmas, Season's Greetings. Any of our F-size stamps are actually going to work really well up here. So I'm going to get my same Tuxedo Black Memento, and actually I'm going to pull this up just so I can place my sentiment, and then we'll put it right back. And because we didn't use any foam mounting tape on this blue layer, I don't have to worry about it coming up funny. So I'm just going to stamp that right there. And then we'll gently place this little tree back. Okay, so you can see here, it's just a really fun, festive card. And then if you wanted to add a little bit more, you would add the crystal lacquer. I'm not going to do it in this video just because it does take a little bit of time to dry, but you can easily do that, or you can even add some of our ruby red glitter to the Christmas truck and make it really extra sparkly and fun and festive. So here is this card here. You can just see it's just lots of nice dimension, and it's just so fun to create your own little snowy hills. If you wanted to make it really hilly, you would just do more indentations, and you can even go with this for like a scrapbook paper. So if you wanted to do lots of snowy hills and then maybe stick some photos in there somewhere, or even some of our little chickies can be in the background. It's just a really fun concept, and it's so easy to do if you have a glue pad and some glitter. So let me show you the one with the crystal lacquer. So you can see it's just nice and sparkly and shiny. It's just a really fun card. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll also just check out this road washi tape. It's so much fun, and I know it's going to sell really quickly. Anyways, I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.